Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. Today I'd like to lead with life's little unexpected gifts. You know, those things that again, you're not out seeking, they just come to you and bring that smile to your face and warm your heart and then just keep pushing you through the day. And you can reference back on anytime things don't go quite as well, you can think back on those little unexpected gifts and a lot of times they can just keep pushing you forward. The first one for me actually happened last Saturday. A lot of you guys know that I'm usually, from a running standpoint, I'm usually a Monday through Friday guy. I take the weekends off. But for whatever reason, I decided to run last Saturday morning. And I always, whenever I run, it's always well before the sun comes up. Well, unbeknownst to me, you know, it actually was before the moon came up. And as I'm running that morning, the moon came up and I noticed it in the distance and it was huge. And I'm like, wow, it's beautiful. And as I continue down the road that I'm running on, a couple miles down from my house, there's a train bridge that you know rises up from the road, and so you can get a pretty good look out over everything. And I stopped and I took a picture of the moon, and it was pretty incredible. I was really thrilled to look back on it later. I never put my glasses on when I'm doing that, my readers, so I'm never really sure of what kind of pictures I get if I happen to take one on my morning run. And when I got back, I'm like, wow, it turned out pretty good. So that was the first one. The second one was Jossie and I were out at a bar restaurant that we go to occasionally, not a lot, and we're sitting there fairly close to the front entry, and one of our team members walks in from Aberdeen. Julie, one of our agents up there, walks in with her daughter and son-in-law, and it's such a surprise to see people that you're not expecting to see. And so we got to sit there and visit with her for a little while, and she was actually in town for the birth of her first grandchild. So her other daughter was in the hospital, and then the next day we get a little picture from Julie announcing Grayson's arrival in the world. So everybody's healthy and happy. Jossie and I got a great conversation with Julie, and it was just, again, one of life's little treasures. The last one I'm going to leave you with nods back to my Clark Cup. As most of you guys know, Clark is in Rochester going through treatment for AML again. Went through another transplant, and so we keep in touch almost daily via text message anyway. And on one of those exchanges this week, I shot back after Clark sends me a lot of stats and that kind of thing, kind of charting his progress. And I replied to it and I said, "How are you feeling?" And 5 seconds later, the phone rings. And I'll tell you, buddy, you made my day. We don't talk on the phone a lot, but when we do, it always brings a smile to my face. And that was definitely one of life's little gifts for me this week. So thank you again very much. I'm going to leave you guys with a quote today. And I, as you guys know, I love song lyrics. I love quotes. I don't think I'd ever seen this one before. It's by Socrates. And he said, "He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he feels he ought to have." It's something like that. I'm not quite probably as smooth as Socrates, but it really harkens back to that whole aspect of you got to really be happy with where you're at. Doesn't mean you can't strive for more, continue pushing things forward, but if you're chasing happiness for happiness' sake, you're never going to get there. Be happy with what you have, be able to enjoy all of life's little gifts that come your way on a daily basis, and then whatever you're pushing forward towards, that will maybe increases your happiness, maybe it doesn't, but a lot of times it's that striving forward for what you feel like you want. It's all about the journey. It really is, and it's not about the happiness at the end, because that's something that you're holding already. So that was thought-provoking for me. I hope you guys can get something out of that one this week as well. And keep smiling. We'll see you next week. Coffee with Kory.